I swear that that was not a threat to his immigration status, and I didn't mean it as one. It was a comment I made out of.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Ramirez, did you review the document entitled Application for Community Supervision
Yes, sir.
or Deferred Adjudication with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
Sure.
Did you review the true bill of indictment with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
Yes, Your Honor, we do waive the reading of the indictment.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Proceeding only on paragraph A, Your Honor.
Any objection?
No objections, Judge.
Did you review the court admonishments with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places? Did you understand in paragraph A, you're charged with unlawful use of wire or oral electronic device to communicate as a second-degree felony? Range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 20 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
According to the plea, the state is proceeding on paragraph A. They're asking that your punishment be assessed at a cap of 8 years in the prison. There's a $3,000 fine. The state is silent on your application. They're taking in consideration 2024 CR 010521, CM numbers 119820 and 119819. There's to be no contact with the complainants, and state reserves the right to request additional terms if community supervision is granted. That's very vague.
Yeah, I mean, if it depends on, as long as the additional terms are reasonable, Judge.
That's a very vague term.
Yeah,
All right, so let me explain something to you. The state can request additional terms of community supervision, but I'm the one who sets the terms of community supervision. So really, the only thing that you're in agreement with them as far as conditions of probation is that if I were to grant your application for probation, they're allowed to request different conditions.
Mm.
I don't have to follow the conditions that they're requesting.
Mm.
So the only thing that technically is your agreement is that they can ask for other things with conditions of probation. They can't come back and say, we're changing the cap of 8 to something else. You understand?
Yes, sir.
All right, did you understand that to be the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, is that the plea? Defense, is that the plea?
it is, Your Honor.
Then to paragraph A, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contact.
Find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same. All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty. Court will defer finding of guilt as you've applied for deferred adjudication. We can go off the record. So here's my question. I can set this for a PSI. If I set it for a PSI, it'll probably be 8 weeks out. Or if y'all want, I really don't need a PSI, but I will give you all both a chance to have witnesses present so we could give it a quicker date. And you all just have your witnesses present and state if there's any prior criminal history, if you'll submit that to the court.
We would request a PSI.
All right.
I think that would be beneficial, Judge.
Court is calling 2024 CR 010525, State versus Aaron Ramirez. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state,
Samantha Lynn Brown for the state.
for the
Yeah.
defense?
John St. Heinrich for Aaron Ramirez.
And are you Aaron Ramirez?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, you entered a plea on January 16th to paragraph A. You entered a plea of no contest. A PSI and MIC evaluation was ordered. According to the plea bargain agreement, punishment is to be assessed at a cap of 8 years in the prison, and the state is silent on your applications. And there are different cases that are being taken into consideration. Have both parties had a chance to review the PSI
Defense
and
has,
cap evaluation?
defense has, Your Honor.
State has, Your Honor.
Any objection from the state?
No objection, Your Honor.
Any objection from the defense?
No objections from the defense, Judge.
All right, the state is silent. Defense, do you have any witnesses?
I do, Your Honor.
Yes.
First off, may I make an opening statement, Judge?
Sure.
Your Honor, my client has appeared timely for every court appearance, and he's here again today to accept responsibility and culpability for the crimes that he's committed, Judge. But if I may be allowed to offer some context to this, Your Honor.
Yes.
My client has severe, well, he has mental health issues, Judge. And this is not to make light or to make excuses for this situation. Um, my client's parents had separated when he was 5. He's known one of the victims of this case, and there are 2 victims, and they are in fact childhood friends. The other victim is his childhood friend's girlfriend, Judge. My client has experienced, due to his parents leaving, and hardships growing up. His mom is a primary influence in his life and has raised him. His father's been in and out of the picture, Judge. Due to this, he's got some sense of abandonment issues. While he was growing up, his mom had moved yearly, so he's starting new schools. Um, I think the impetus of this crime was to maintain some kind of connection to his childhood friend. When his childhood friend got into a relationship, he started feeling abandoned. This was his way to connect with him. Now, it doesn't it doesn't stand logic. There are issues with this. My client has been seeking mental health treatment before this incident and after this incident. He's still currently um, seeking counseling right now. He's still engaged in counseling weekly, Your Honor. Further, Judge, my client is a full-time college student. He has a job, and he has never been in trouble, never had any criminal charges levied against him before. Your Honor, if I may begin with witnesses.
Yes.
Defense would like to call Miss Maria Ramirez.
All right, could you raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
All right, you can lower your hand if you'll state your name for the record.
Maria Rosalinda Ramirez.
Miss Ramirez, who are you to Aaron?
I am Aaron's mother.
Um, how old is Aaron?
Aaron is 21.
He's 21 years old.
Mhm.
Ma'am, when did you and Aaron's father separate?
He was 4 years old when we separated.
Have you been the primary influence in Aaron's life?
Yes, his father was in and out of his life. He would rekindle the relationship and then stop without any kind of explanation. So it was really hard on Aaron to kind of have that individual in his life. And I feel like I should have noticed some of those things, but unfortunately, he just always presented and see that he was going through so much, unfortunately. But I feel like I failed him in that part, not seeking counseling. I know now that he's seeking counseling that he has a lot of those abandonment issues and trust issues. He's been more forthcoming with his feelings, but it's really helped him to kind of express that. But he wouldn't express it when he was younger. He's never been in any type of trouble, though. He's always been very happy, very good at school, academically. And I just hope that the court takes his childhood into consideration and him trying his very best to kind of move forward from this situation is remorseful. I'm just hoping that whatever the outcome of this doesn't, you know, overshadow his whole life. He's young. He wants to continue to go to school and contribute to like society. He really is a good child. He's never been in any kind of situation where he's been in trouble. So I really feel like whatever the outcome, whatever the sentencing, he can still overcome this and still, be a good person, contribute to a society. I don't think that um his actions should just overshadow his whole entire life. He's a good child.
Ma'am, when he was growing up, did you all move frequently?
Yeah, I struggled financially to support my children. He has a sister, and so unfortunately, we had to move around a lot. I struggled. I wasn't poverty level, but yet I wasn't. I made just enough to kind of get by. So I didn't get any kind of financial assistance, unfortunately. Um, but we had to move around a lot when he
Um,
was a kid. So I know it kind of hindered him from making these like really deep connections with kids, when you've been in a school your whole life. But unfortunately, that was our situation. I had to move around a lot.
Was he attending different schools when you would move?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, unfortunately, he had to attend a lot of different schools because we had to move to different locations based on what I could afford from year to year. So, yeah.
How many schools do you think he's been to through high school?
Like seven,
Seven.
seven, yeah, at least seven. Yeah, I was usually able to stay in one place for about a year to 2 years, but unfortunately, just with my financial situation, I did have to move around to try to get something like more affordable. So
In your personal opinion, do you think that this contributed to a sense of abandonment?
yeah, I mean, I really think that it more stems from just his father kind of coming into his life and then leaving without any kind of explanation. But it definitely hindered him from making like really long-term connections with other people because he had to make friends and then start over, kind of like a military child, I guess,
Yeah.
if you will, right? Unfortunately, but yeah.
Do you know one of the victims, Daniel Comfort?
Yes, well, we've known him since he was about 7 years old. So they've been childhood friends for a long time.
Since he was 7?
Yes.
Ma'am, is there anything else you would like the court to know?
Um, just again, I just wanted to reiterate that Aaron is a really good kid. I mean, he's never been in trouble, and I don't feel that he had any type of malicious intent. Maybe he was feeling lonely or insecure about, his relationship with the victim, but I don't think that he did this to actually hurt anyone. So thank you. Appreciate it.
And ma'am, do you have any, and be honest, please be honest with the court, you're under oath. Do you have any reservations that if the court were gracious enough to grant a term of community supervision, that Aaron would have any issues abiding by the terms?
No, I mean, I'm home with Aaron. It's me and Aaron that live together. So I oversee, his daily activities and what he's doing, and I'm here to support him. So I don't think that there'd be any issues with him having any kind of like what was it? I'm sorry, the community
Yeah, if the court were to place
supervision.
conditions
Yeah,
on it for
no,
community supervision.
I'd be able to support him in anything he does.
And lastly, ma'am, does Aaron hang out with anyone who runs afoul of the law?
No, no. I mean, and Aaron's 21. He doesn't drink. He doesn't smoke. His idea of having fun is like maybe going to a movie or playing video games. He's never been someone that's partied or associated himself with anyone that has like a criminal record or had like, like I guess bad habits.
Pass the witness.
Right.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Um, if I may, I have two more, Your Honor.
Yes, call your next witness.
Miss Dawn Pettit.
If you raise your right hand for me, do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Don Pettit,
Miss Pettit,
special education teacher, and he was my assistant in my classroom.
and ma'am, what kind of responsibility? Well, first off, paint us a picture of what a special education class is like.
The class that he was my assistant in is a behavior classroom. So we had the extreme behaviors in the school. We had around 8 or 9 kids that had extreme behavior, violent behavior, verbal behavior, aggressive behavior.
And what was Aaron's responsibilities in your class, ma'am?
Basically just support me and to watch the children and make sure that we had their behaviors under control. We taught the kids.
What's been your experience with working with Aaron?
Was very calm. That's a very stressful situation. He was extremely calm, never raised his voice, never got aggressive, was really sweet and nurturing with the kids. They loved him. But he was strict with them. And he was a